I'm learning that in the moments I ramble, like when my words feel scattered and I lose my train of thought, God never does. He is so on point. We just may not see it right away. What feels like stumbling to me is still steady in his hands. What seems aimless in my eyes is already directed by his purpose because it was never about how well I could speak, but how faithfully I would. And he shows us that and tells us that in Exodus 4:10-12. Then Moses said to the Lord, "O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither before nor since you have spoken to your servant, but I am slow of speech and slow of tongue." So the Lord said to him, "Who has made man's mouth? Or who makes the mute, the deaf, the seeing, or the blind? Have not I, the Lord? Now therefore go, and I will be with your mouth and teach you what you shall say." How awesome is that? Moses thought his words weren't enough. He thought his voice wasn't strong enough to carry the weight of God's calling. But God never asked him to be eloquent. He asked him to be obedient. And that's what I'm learning too. There are times when I have no idea why I'm speaking, why my heart is pressing so hard to say something that doesn't even feel put together. And yet, again and again, I find out later that someone needed to hear exactly that. Because my words don't have to be perfect for God to use them. Proverbs 16:9. A man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. Even when I don't know where my words are going, He does. Even when I feel like I've lost my point, He never loses His. So I will trust Him. I will speak when He asks me to, even when I don't feel ready, even when I feel small, uncertain, or incapable, because I know it was never about me. It's always about Him. Luke 12:12. For the Holy Spirit will teach you in the very hour what you ought to say. So if you ever felt like your words were too scattered, too weak, too unworthy, this is your reminder. God isn't asking you to be perfect with it, He's asking you to be faithful with it. So open up your mouth and He will fill it. Because even when your words feel like they're falling apart, He is still holding them together. I am proof of that. You are proof of that.